Thank you.
Such a pleasure. It is 14 minutes to 9. The percentage of LinkedIn posts in America that use the term storyteller doubled, we are told, in the year to November. Storytelling is very much in. Or is it? What does this trend actually tell us? Sir Martin Sorrell is on the line, the founder, executive chairman at the digital marketing group S4 Capital, and Sarah Waddington, the brand strategist, CEO of the Public Relations and Communications Association. Morning to you both.
Good morning.
Good morning, Justin. Good morning.
Sir Martin, first of all, what are we talking about? What do you think is happening or indeed not happening?
Well, it's a function of the digital economy. A couple of things, really. First, it's a function of the digital economy, which dominates advertising, and advertising revenues is about 700 billion out of a trillion. So it's 70% of the market, dominated by Alphabet and Meta and Amazon and TikTok in the West and Alibaba and Tencent in the East. And the other thing is that content and content development is becoming more and more important in the online world. So flooding the internet, particularly in an AI-driven digital economy, is incredibly important. With all these machines, LLMs crawling all over the internet networks, you need as much content out there as you possibly can. So storytelling, which is a core part of the advertising business and always has been, even in the television era, is becoming even more prominent.
Yeah, and the ability to get your story across, if you do it right, Sarah Waddington, increasingly possible because of the way everything has become so much flatter.
Yeah, I mean, I'd say first off that storytelling in a management context is about helping organisations communicate who they are and what they stand for and why people should care. And it's something that, those in public relations and public affairs have always done. It's just that brands and the public are paying more attention, and brands especially because they're keen to influence, as Martin said, what's picked up by the large language models, what's churned out by AI. And they're also aware of the threat of misinformation, so having some control of a narrative is key. But storytelling, sorry, Martin, I have to disagree about advertising. It plays a part there, but it's a natural part of the PR role. And brands are finally understanding that we're not just about media relations.
There is no such thing as PR anymore, Sarah. It's
crisis management.
I disagree. Dirty Macs and pubs anymore. It's online content. That's absolutely critical.
What I was about to say was that brands are finally understanding that we're not just media relations.
And you have to hang on a second, Martin. Let her have a say, and then you can come back.
If I could finish, I'd really appreciate it. But we're not just media relations or crisis management specialists. We're reputation custodians, and we deliver futures and foresights work. We do data and insights. We do stakeholder mapping and engagement. And to your point about content proliferation, we're the people who can help brands work out what they should say and how they say it in what way. And if you talk about things like fandoms these days, it's not about cutting by demographics. It's about helping brands engage with communities in a helpful way and to create their own media and to create their own communities through websites, Substacks, podcasts and the like. And that really does sit in our wheelhouse.
Martin?
It's trying to make public relations the core of the advertising and marketing business, and it isn't. It's a part of it, but public relations has morphed into social media and the internet media, and creating content at scale, personalizing it, visualization and copywriting at a huge scale is becoming more and more important.
Let me ask you this, Martin. Do you think this might be a fad? I'm just looking at some of the adverts. A Microsoft security organization is recruiting a senior director overseeing narrative and storytelling. The compliance technology firm Vanta hiring a head of storytelling, quite a big salary. Is it a fad that's going to go, do you think?
Well, I think the use of the word is, but telling stories and engaging stories and creating content at scale or individualized content in the context of the internet is becoming more and more important. So all it's doing is picking up on the importance of brands explaining their stories and filling out their stories and developing their stories in increasingly sophisticated ways. Unfortunately, newspaper journalism has declined. To some extent, free-to-air television journalism has declined. And in that world, the sort of things that the advertising agencies, of which PR is a part, not a small part, but a part, become increasingly important.
Yeah, because in the old days, if I can put this to Sarah Waddington, in the old days, of course, a storyteller might have gone to a newspaper or indeed to any kind of journalistic outfit, indeed to the BBC. But actually now, increasingly, is that where the storytellers, the graduates who have those skills, or indeed non-graduates actually who have those skills, are going to be finding work? Just as we were, I suppose, telling them, well, governments used to tell them in years gone by, you have to do STEM subjects or you'll be unemployed. Actually, now it turns out not.
Absolutely. Well, the fragmentation of the media and easy access to tools has changed the landscape completely. Obviously, brands and people can create their own media and their own communities, and that's what people are doing. You see it all the time through creator-led content. And yes, a lot of our in-house teams in our membership and our agencies are doing that because they're being asked for that much more from brands. Right. But just to come back to public relations, I'd just like to say it's increasingly important, because if you think about the role of storytelling to foster communications and broker understanding between disparate groups, that's needed more than ever in today's society, whichever continent you look to, particularly with the rise of the far right. So it's not a small point, Justin.
Half a point, Martin.
Half a point, Justin. The media is not becoming more fragmented. Alphabet, Amazon, Meta, TikTok account for 1/2 of the total market and 70% of the digital market. It's becoming simpler, and you have to flood it with content.
So Martin Sorrell, Sarah Waddington as well. Thank you both.
It's 8 minutes to 9. I did promise you a bit more of Jane Steele, not just on